So Canon has finally seen the light, and they have allowed third-party lens manufacturers into their homes under one catch. I think they had a meeting about it. Hello, Sigma. Long time no see. The reason I called you in today was to congratulate you on your new partnership with us. We are allowing you to make lenses for us now. Not many catches at all.
Oh man, finally I knew you'd come around. We have great lenses for your system. It's going to complement everything. We have so many like 1.4 primes, the frickin' telephoto zooms, 60 to 600, you want that thing? Oh, I can't wait to start making these for RF mounts. We just have to couple little electronic changes, a little Lego piece in there. We're in. We're in.
I'm so glad you're as enthused as we are. There's a slight catch. We don't want all your lenses, but we'll let you make any aps-c lens you want. Pick them. You have the lots pick, the king's lot, we like to call it here. You don't want our full frame lenses? That's kind of what we specialize on. It's the only thing we really do on purpose. The aps-c lenses were kind of a joke for your EOS M system that you discontinued. You know how much money we lost when you discontinued that. That's fine. Okay. We have, I think, 6 lenses of the over 400 designed for full frame. And no problem. We can work around this. Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Just keep this in mind. If you ever make a full frame lens for our system, just know that this bullet in here, that's meant for... Oh God, oh shit, my trigger oh boy, oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're on the Canon R8 24mm EF 1.4 at 24. It's a vlog cam. Background's in your heart. So, what a joke. aps-c only. Canon, oh, you're not winning friends. Or dogs. I bet if the president of Canon walked up to a dog and tried to pet it, he would get bit, then peed on, and then the dog would run around his legs with the leash and pull him, and the Canon exec would fall on his elbow and hurt his elbow, and he could no longer play tennis. So here's the deal. Long time ago, Canon came out and said, we're not letting any third-party lens manufacturer make autofocus lenses for our RF system. No thank you. They used to let them on the EF, but times have changed, and no thanks. You're on your own. You can make a manual focus lens if you want, but no, you're not joining us. And everybody was like, I'm never buying a Canon, bro. They won't even let the third party. Bunch of morons. Let me just break it down for you. Yes, that happened. And Canon is now allowing aps-c lenses for some reason, but they said no thank you. But you think every other company is like, oh yeah, Sony, look, it's an open mount, is it? No, it's not. Sony cripples it discreetly in their own way. You cannot use most of their features with a third-party lens. You can't shoot as fast. You get like a cap on your frames per second. The digital stabe don't work right. Autofocus not the same. There's so much wrong. Focus breathing comp doesn't work. Frickin' animal eye detect. I made that last one up. They cripple it. But Nikon, of course, you say, oh, they let it. Look, there's a Tamron lens. Yeah? What's on the surface of that? Nikon literally made Tamron scratch off their name and wrap it in a Nikon bubble wrap thing, and it's like, this is a Nikon lens. When it's a Tamron lens, almost nothing is different about it except the outside, and maybe they poured some fluoride over it or something. Different coating. Same elements, same disgusting Tamron elements. They don't let third-party manufacturers come either. And like, say you're Panasonic, even in the alliance with Sigma, it doesn't sync stabe the way a Panasonic lens does. Maybe it's Sigma's skills that don't allow that to happen. The point is, every third-party manufacturer is garbage to the main system in their eyes. They don't want to partner. Imagine you make something and then some other company makes things that steal money from you. Like, oh, I make this 24mm 1.4, and then Sigma comes over and we have a 24mm 1.4. It's cheaper than yours. It's just as sharp, actually sharper. Imagine that. So like you'd want to kick them in the shins if you could. And Canon has found a way to legally shin kick their competition. I now find myself in a low light situation and I have opened up the Tonys to maximum potential and I've hid the forest from you rudely. Sorry about that. So this is interesting news. If you're actually a Canon aps-c shooter, this is probably great news for you. You get all the 16mm 1.4 primes. You can finally be a YouTuber. That's a decent little budget YouTuber hobo setup, isn't it? Just a little Canon R10 with the Sigma 16mm 1.4 and the 30mm 1.4. You're done. You're completely done for your entire career. I don't think they have one telephoto lens. That's a bitch. They have a couple zooms, wide angle, 10 to 18. Will the stabe sync though? That's the thing. Like there's some Canon manufacturer, that's not a sentence that I wanted to say. There's third-party lenses that I've tried on this and digital stabe doesn't work. That's a bitch. It should work, but will it work as good as this? Likely not. You know, in a futuristic Earth, I think money won't be such a big issue. Everybody's going to be sharing things. It's like, don't worry. You can, of course, you want to make a lens for us. Yes. Here's all our protocols. Just go ahead. Okay, it's cheaper than ours. Doesn't matter. Good for you. You did better than us. We're proud of you. You inspire us. And then we're all going to be sharing protocols, and third party won't even be a thing. It's just part of Canon. Canonigma. And they're together, and everything's fine. Everything's syncing stabe. It's a beautiful world. That's not our current Earth, no matter how flat you think it is. It's not what we do now. We're greedy whores, and we hide and corrupt. And so third-party people are just trying to get by, make a living, and Canon will say, no, I don't want your wife to eat bread this night. So it was a kind of funny cripple to wake up to. Like I see, oh, Sigma announces all the lenses, and I'm like, those are only aps-c lenses. Like you seriously won't let them make a full-frame lens. It's kind of a joke. It's funny, but it's not like Sony's any different. They just hide the fact that those lenses, full-frame, third-party, don't work the same. Even if they're better, even Zeiss. Sony has a partnership with Zeiss for the longest time. That ended roughly somehow. It's obvious. Sony's replaced every Zeiss lens. That ain't right. That ain't right. The 16 to 35 24, that was a Zeiss lens. And Sony's like, nope, we're done. I'll make our own, thank you. And it's worse in every way. No stabe, no pop. But like Zeiss, you try putting a 18mm batters. On paper, it's the perfect vlogging lens, and it's unusable stabe. It just will not recognize the IBIS. It's like, no. See this? When Canon digital stabe is better than Sony IBIS, something's wrong with that. And it's so much worse than the 20mm was, the Sony 20mm, because it's all perfect and working together because we know the protocol and we hit it. So like they're all conniving. I think Panasonic let Sigma do lenses with no downside, but it's Micro Four Thirds. They needed all the help they could get to stay afloat. They were barely keeping their head above water. They were drinking in the ocean water, and they were getting more dehydrated for every second. But they're still here with us. But like even Olympus and Panasonic sharing a mount couldn't talk together. Olympus stabe lenses will not speak to the IBIS of the Panasonic, and certain aperture control rings of Panasonic lenses do nothing on Olympus bodies, and it's like, they're all fighting. Every single one of them. Fuji has allowed Sigma, but remember when I did the Tamron 18 to 300 versus the Fuji 70 to 300, it was completely shaky and unusable. Even though it had stabe in it, it would not sync together. They would not speak. So all I'm saying is don't pretend that Canon's the only one banning third-party lenses from working. Sure, you might be able to attach one to your body, but don't act like it doesn't stick out in a crowd. So I think we learned quite a bit today. I'm going to go get some wildlife footage with my useless digital-looking Sony camera. Shaky, swaying in the wind bullshit. But at least R10 users can have a nice little blurry background now. Because Canon ain't gonna make an aps-c lens. It's a joke to them. They sell you them just so you might like the Canon color science and then you move up to their real cameras, the full frame. Ridiculous. Unfrickin' ridiculous. Canon R8 is cheaper than any aps-c camera and is full frame, and you're stupid. And as you've seen, we don't need IBIS. I'm in standard color science. No log today. How you doing? Subscribing for more videos. I'll see you next.